You know the saying, kill or be killed? In the streaming world, it's rape or be raped. I don't know why, but I think this drama really pisses me off more than a lot of other dramas. Mainly because everyone in this is so snaky, such parasites, and such garbage humans. A lot of people want to try and defend Sykkuno or try and defend the victims involved, but by the end of this, I think you'll come to the same conclusion as me that none of these people are victims. They're all just parasites. Let's first talk about Sykkuno. So, Sykkuno is a very big streamer, and he got a lot of his fame around the Among Us era. The reason for his popularity during the Among Us era was because of his fake persona, which is being a shy and innocent type of dude, which a lot of the ladies ate it up at the time, and a lot of the streamers saw it as a very good tool for them to use, because him being shy and innocent, they could use that to elevate their own personality of either being assholes or being very funny and getting his reactions from them. I guess the fame really got to him because he started to cheat on his girlfriend, and this lasted for over 5 years. The main two bottom bitches he was cheating with was a girl named Leia and a girl named Mal. Once Sykkuno became a really big name, this is around the time when he most likely started to cheat on his girlfriend as the fame got to his head. Using his connections and his clout, Sykkuno easily slid into these girls' DMs. A lot of them had their guard down around him because of his shy and innocent persona that he played up really well, but in reality he was a fuckboy. All these thoughts just thought they were the only side piece, and that if they got him to break up with his girlfriend, they would have an easy way to the top. Unlucky for them, he wasn't easy prey. He didn't plan on settling with any of these girls. He just wanted to cream pie as many warm holes as he possibly could. Once these women realized that they couldn't fuck their way to the top like Pokimane did, they went with the second best option every female streamer does, which is fake being victims. Horny Mal was the first side piece that came out and tried to act like a victim. Conveniently, she does try to leave out the fact that she really could care less that he cheated on his girlfriend. She was mainly mad that she wasn't the only side piece in his life, but that he had many. She says that she would never, ever forgive him for cheating on his girl, even though it is a fact. It is a fact that she knew the entire time that he had a long-term girlfriend. But whatever, I guess she just wants to ignore that fact. But as she says that what he did was unforgivable, she also wants to leave the door open, that they could keep talking and that they could stay as friends, friends. Honestly, get the fuck out of here. Like, do you guys see what I'm talking about? How these people are predators and parasites and snakes? How are you gonna act like this dude's a predator, but also in the same breath, you're gonna be trying to talk about how, oh, well, I mean, we could stay as friends. It's not like you cheated on me.
Is that not why?
What is why? I'm still upset with you, but you didn't cheat on me.
What? Wait.
You can still talk to me and be, like, make up for your actions. Don't get me wrong, because I always am there for second chances. But I never will forgive you for cheating on her. That's...
It is genuinely exhausting just how degenerate all these streamers are and how they're all snakes. But this is just the first victim in this case. So let's talk about the other victim, Leia. Leia is another Twitch streamer that claims she was a victim of Sykkuno, and she doesn't outright say it, but she tries to kind of push the narrative that he kind of raped her, or at the very least sexually assaulted her, by telling a story of how she feels like Sykkuno without consent finished inside her or made moves on her that were not consensual. But I mean, you can't just make these claims unless you actually have evidence. So let's look at her story. So let's get to the first part of her suspicious story. So she talks about how she felt forced to share a room with Sykkuno because he offered her a room. So as she tells her story, she was unable to formulate the words no thanks to Sykkuno offering a room to share with her, a dude that she's been flirting with this entire time. and there's been no pushback, at least nothing that Sykkuno would believe was pushback. And what I mean by what Sykkuno wouldn't believe is pushback is like playful no's or like stop it. You know what I mean? Like, this is hard to explain because sexual assault is very serious and it needs to be taken very seriously, but people that want to try and act like victims, they try and change the narrative. They try and change how they said things or how they sent messages, and they want to try and act like their messages were very obvious when in reality things are very messy, and sometimes messages don't get across because they're very subtle. Even she admits that she never outright said some of these things. She was just putting the messages out there, I guess. Whatever. So now they're both rooming with each other, and the biggest surprise happens. The dude that has been flirting with this girl mutually wants to fuck. I know, crazy, am I right? So now imagine you're brain dead Leia, and Sykkuno is making obvious moves to try and fuck. Do you A, leave the situation? B, verbally tell him that no, you do not want to fuck or do anything sexual? Or C, give him a blowjob? If you were Leia, you would say C. So now imagine you're Leia. You feel like you were sexually assaulted and forced to do oral to a dude. What do you do then? Do you find another roommate? Do you buy your own hotel room? Or do you stay in the same hotel room with the dude that you feel like a victim from? You already know it's C. So now, after such a traumatic event that you feel like you were a victim to, that you were forced to give oral to Sykkuno, do you A, find another roommate? B, buy a new room? Or C, stay another night with him? If you were Leia, you would choose C again. Of course, Sykkuno being the degenerate fuck he is, he wants to go a step further and have sex with this girl, while, you know, he's in a long-term relationship. So once they're about to finish, Sykkuno asks if she's safe, and she says that she is so retarded and deaf that she could not hear when Sykkuno asked her that question. So she just said, uh-huh. And of course, Sykkuno being the degenerate he is, he comes in her thinking that she's safe. She wants to try and paint Sykkuno as a rapist, when in reality they both just had consensual sex. Does that mean that him cheating on his girlfriend's fine? Absolutely not. Fuck the dude. But just because it's now in your benefit to try and paint him as a rapist or a sexual assaulter doesn't mean you can just change the story around to benefit you. You both had consensual sex. You went along with it before you met him, when you met him, and the night afterwards. So I don't feel bad for you. Stop trying to be a parasite and change the story. I think it's more disgusting that she doesn't try and make the claim because she wants to have plausible deniability that she never actually claimed he was a rapist or sexual assaulter. She just wanted to tell her own side and how she felt in the moment. So now we've covered both victims in this story, and in reality, one of them still is ready to slut her way into fame by becoming Sykkuno's main bitch, and the other one's trying to change her consensual sex to that of a rape. Now, I could go on and talk about other people involved in this situation, like a VTuber named Bao, who I guess actually knew about this story beforehand, but never revealed anything to Sykkuno's long girlfriend or wanted to reveal this to the public. She most likely, like other streamers, wanted to keep this as dirty dirt that she could use in order to blackmail him in the future or as leverage. We've seen this other times, like with Trainwreck revealing that Mizkif covered up a rape. I could also talk about Sykkuno's friends who are trying to act like they had no clue about this and give very fake and performative disappointing reactions.
Can I say something brave?
Ugh.
I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna say something brave.
Okay, you are the bravest.
I am brave, but I've also gotten to the point where I'm like, you know what? Like, I know there's no such thing as nuance on the internet. However, I'm a human and I believe in nuance, and so I'm happy to like have these thoughts. But I actually think when your friends make a mistake, it's okay to hear them out. And also
I
it's
think so,
okay
too.
to it's okay to
You want to understand their
Yeah,
side,
yeah.
right? Like, what happened?
Snakes will be snakes, you know what I mean? I don't even have any reaction to that. I'm not even surprised. Now, I might have been a little too harsh on these victims in this situation, so let's focus a little bit back on Sykkuno. Sykkuno is a degenerate freak that I don't think people should respect anymore, shouldn't like anymore, and shouldn't be accepted in any type of community. Yet, I'm already seeing people trying to defend him, trying to forgive him, trying to say that we should just leave the situation alone and just move on. Which, I mean, I don't care about drama. We should move on, but that doesn't mean we should just let no one in this situation go without any consequences. But I've already seen this cycle over and over, so I'll bet you in a few months he's gonna be back and he's gonna be popular again, and nothing will ever really affect him. He'll get away with it. His behavior is seen as fine or as disappointing. The snakes involved with Sykkuno try to act like they were survivors of a predatory relationship, but in reality, they also took part in this cheating, and most of them, if not all of them, knew about him cheating. They just want to act like they didn't know to save face and get more popular. In conclusion, I mean, what do you want me to say? I hate streamers. I hate their ecosystem that they have, their cliques, their entire culture, I guess you can say. Oh, I don't plan on making more content like this. Drama, it's not that interesting to me. It doesn't really hold me. Like right now, I'm just kind of shooting from the hip. I have a very basic script, but I don't particularly care. I'm too employed to care about this. I care more about, other topics. I'm trying to work on them, but I thought this would be an easy video to make. Just talk about how much I hate Twitch, how much I hate Kick, how much I hate streaming in general. All these people, they're degenerates, snakes, parasites, you name it. Also. I did just learn that Sykkuno's long-term girlfriend, it might actually be the greatest cuck of all time, because she forgave this man. This man was going more than 5 years of cheating, and she forgave him. If that isn't the definition of a cuck, I don't know what is. But I mean, whatever. Freaks will be freaks, I guess.